Have you ever felt like you have nothing to offer the world? Stuck in a cycle of just taking, hoping for a handout, and wondering why things never seem to get better? Well, today, I want to share a story that might just change your perspective forever. It's about a man who had nothing, but discovered a secret that transformed him from a beggar into a businessman. There was once a beggar who spent his days at a bustling railway station. Every day he'd hold out his hand, hoping for a few coins from the passing crowds. But most people just walked by, barely noticing him. He felt invisible, and a deep sense of resentment grew within him. Why is life so unfair? He'd grumbled to himself. These people have so much, yet they give me so little. One afternoon, a well-dressed businessman was waiting for his train. The beggar approached him, as he did with everyone else, holding out his worn-out bowl. The businessman looked at him, not with pity, but with a thoughtful expression. He asked, "How do you expect to make a good living just by asking for things?" The beggar was taken aback. "What else can I do?" he retorted. "I have nothing to give." The businessman replied with a simple yet profound statement that would echo in the beggar's mind for days to come. He said, "If you can't offer anything in return, then why should people give you anything?" With that, the businessman's train arrived, and he left, leaving the beggar standing there, stunned. For the very first time, the beggar realized that maybe this was the reason people never gave him much money. It was because he offered them absolutely nothing in return. That night he couldn't sleep. He lay on his thin mat, staring up at the station's ceiling, deep in thought. "But what can I give?" he wondered. "I am just a beggar. I have nothing." Yet, the businessman's words kept replaying in his mind. "If you want to receive, you must first give." For the next 2 days, something unusual happened. The beggar didn't ask anyone for money. He was too consumed by this new idea, too busy thinking. He watched the world go by, not as a participant, but as an observer, trying to solve the puzzle the businessman had left him. On the third day, as he was sitting in his usual spot, his eyes fell upon a patch of wildflowers blooming near the railway tracks. Their vibrant colors, a splash of life against the dusty ground, caught his attention. And in that moment, an idea sparked within him, a flicker of hope in the darkness of his thoughts. What if, he thought, his heart starting to beat a little faster, what if, instead of just taking, I offer something in return? What if I give people a flower every time they give me alms? Filled with a newfound sense of purpose, he walked over to the patch of flowers. He gently plucked a handful, their soft petals a stark contrast to his calloused hands, and returned to his spot. He felt a nervous excitement he hadn't felt in years. Soon a person walked by and dropped a coin into his bowl. Instead of just nodding, the beggar smiled warmly and held out a beautiful, vibrant flower. The person was surprised, but a smile spread across their face as they accepted the unexpected gift. "Thank you," they said, and the words felt different, more genuine than the usual pitying glances. As the day went on, something incredible began to happen. More and more people started giving him money. But he noticed a clear pattern. As long as he had flowers to give, people were generous, often giving more than they usually would. The moment he ran out of flowers for the day, the donations dwindled back to the usual spare change. So, it's true, he thought to himself, a sense of discovery washing over him. People like to receive something in return. It's not just about charity, it's about exchange. He was no longer just receiving alms, he was participating in a transaction, however small. A few weeks later, as he was busy handing out flowers in exchange for coins, he spotted a familiar face among the crowd. It was the businessman, sitting on a bench, waiting for his train. A surge of excitement and gratitude filled the beggar. He rushed over, his hands full of fresh flowers. Sir, do you remember me?" he said breathlessly. "Today I have something to give you. If you give me money, I will give you these flowers in return." The businessman looked at him, and a wide, genuine smile spread across his face. He reached into his pocket, handed the man some cash, far more than a simple coin, and took a few of the flowers. "You've done it," the businessman said, his voice full of admiration. "You have truly understood the value of exchange. Today, you are no longer just a beggar, you have become a businessman." The train's whistle blew, and the businessman stood up, patted him on the shoulder, and stepped onto the train. The beggar stood there on the platform, watching the train pull away, clutching the money and the remaining flowers. The businessman's final words echoed in his mind, even louder than before. "You have become a businessman. Am I really a businessman now?" he wondered. He stood there for a long time, pondering this new identity. And then, like a lightning strike, a profound realization hit him. He finally understood. I now know the secret of success, he whispered to himself. I am not a beggar anymore. I am a trader. People aren't giving me money out of pity. They are paying for the flowers I give them. This means I have a business. A powerful wave of excitement and self-worth washed over him. He was no longer a passive recipient of fate. He was an active creator of his own destiny. That very day, he made a bold decision. He gathered his few belongings, took one last look at the station that had been his home for so long, and left. He never returned to that railway station as a beggar again. His journey as a businessman had just begun. This story isn't just about a beggar and some flowers. It's a powerful lesson for all of us. It teaches us that true wealth, true success, begins with a shift in mindset. It's about moving from a mentality of scarcity, of what can I get, to one of abundance, of what can I give. It doesn't matter how little you think you have. It could be a skill, a kind word, a smile, or even just your time and attention. The universe operates on the principle of exchange. When you start giving, you open the channels to receive. So, I want to ask you, what can you give today? What flower can you offer to the world? Think about it. Your life might just transform in ways you never imagined. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more content that will inspire you to live your best life. Until next time, keep giving.